My name is James Carter. I'm an astronomer. I've spent 32 years studying the sky, mapping asteroids, calculating orbits, looking for threats. I found one. It's October 9th, 2028, 11:47 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm at the Painted Desert Observatory in northern Arizona. It's a small facility, private, just me and my equipment. I've been here for 15 years. Tonight started like any other night. Clear skies, no moon, perfect conditions for observation. I was doing a routine survey of the asteroid belt, looking for near-Earth objects. NEOS, we call them that. Objects whose orbits bring them close to Earth. Most are harmless. They pass by at safe distances. We track them. We catalog them. We move on. But at 11:34 p.m. I found something that wasn't in any catalog. It appeared on my screen as a faint point of light. Moving. Most stars don't move, not noticeably. Planets move slowly. But this was moving fast. Too fast. I tracked it for 3 minutes, took multiple images, calculated its position against the background stars. Then I ran the preliminary orbit calculation. My hands stopped working. I had to run it again, check my math, verify the input data. Same result. The object was on a collision course with Earth. I know what you're thinking. We hear about near misses all the time. Asteroids that come close but pass by safely. The media loves these stories. City killer asteroid to pass Earth at safe distance. This wasn't a near miss. This was a direct hit. I spent the next hour taking more observations, building a more accurate orbital model, refining the trajectory, hoping I'd made a mistake, hoping the numbers would change. They didn't change. The asteroid, I'm calling it 2028 TC-7 for now, is approximately 8.2 kilometers in diameter. That's 5 miles. Roughly the same size as the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. Its current velocity relative to Earth is 28 kilometers per second. That's over 62,000 miles per hour. Impact probability, 99.97%. Time to impact, 73 hours. 3 days. I'm sitting here in my observation room, looking at these numbers on my screen, and I can't process them. My brain refuses to accept what the mathematics are telling me. In 3 days, an extinction-level asteroid will strike Earth. And until 30 minutes ago, nobody knew it existed. How is that possible? How does something this large, this dangerous, go undetected until 3 days before impact? The answer is orbital mechanics. The asteroid's trajectory brought it from behind the sun. From our perspective on Earth, it was hidden in the solar glare, invisible. We couldn't see it because we were looking through the sun. It's like a car approaching from directly behind a bright streetlight. You don't see it until it's almost on top of you. That's what happened here. 2028 TC-7 has been approaching for months, maybe years, hidden in the sun's glare. Only now, 3 days from impact, has it emerged far enough from the sun for ground-based telescopes to detect it. 3 days. 73 hours. I need to report this. I need to contact NASA, the International Asteroid Warning Network, someone with authority, someone who can verify my findings and alert the world. But it's almost midnight. Who do I call at midnight with news that the world is ending? I'm looking at my phone. My hands are shaking. I've made important calls before. Discovered asteroids, reported near-Earth objects. But nothing like this. Nothing that matters like this. I take a breath. I dial the emergency line for the Center for Near-Earth Object Studies at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. It's a 24-hour line. Someone will answer. They always answer. The phone rings 4 times. Then a voice. Professional. Alert despite the late hour. I identify myself. Give my credentials. My observatory designation. Then I tell them what I found. There's a long pause. Then questions. Rapid fire. Professional. They want my data, my observations, my calculations. I send everything. Upload it to their secure server. Every image, every measurement, every calculation. They tell me to stay on the line. They're running their own analysis. Verifying. I wait. 15 minutes pass. The longest 15 minutes of my life. Then the voice comes back. Different tone now. Quieter. More careful. They've confirmed it. Their models match mine. 2028 TC7 is real. The trajectory is accurate. The impact probability is 99.97%. 3 days. The voice tells me to stand by for further instructions. Tells me not to discuss this with anyone. National security, public safety, standard protocol for potentially catastrophic events. Then they disconnect. I sit in the darkness of my observation room, surrounded by equipment that has been my life's work, and I understand something. The world is going to end in 3 days, and I'm one of the first people to know. What do you do with that information? How do you process the fact that everything, everyone, every plan and dream and hope has exactly 72 hours left? I should feel something. Terror, panic, despair. But all I feel is numb. I look out the window of my observatory. The sky is impossibly clear. Stars everywhere. The Milky Way a river of light across the darkness. Somewhere up there, invisible to my eyes, but visible to my instruments, is 2028 TC7. A mountain of rock and metal traveling at 62,000 miles per hour, aimed directly at us. In 3 days, it will hit the atmosphere. The kinetic energy of the impact will be equivalent to 10 billion Hiroshima bombs. The explosion will vaporize everything within 1,000 miles of the impact site. The shock wave will circle the globe. Tsunamis will destroy every coastline. The debris thrown into the atmosphere will block out the sun for years. Mass extinction. The end of human civilization. Possibly the end of complex life on Earth. And there's nothing we can do about it. 3 days isn't enough time to evacuate. Isn't enough time to mount a deflection mission. Isn't enough time to do anything except wait. I'm still sitting here, still staring at the screen. The asteroid is still there, a small point of light moving against the stars, moving toward us. My phone rings. It's JPL calling back. They have instructions for me. I'm to continue observations, document the asteroid's approach, refine the impact prediction. But I'm not to share this information with anyone outside official channels. They're convening an emergency meeting of international space agencies. Heads of state will be informed. Decisions will be made about how to handle this. Handle this. As if there's a protocol for the end of the world. They tell me someone from NASA will contact me within the hour. Until then, maintain silence. This is critical. Public panic could cause more deaths than the asteroid itself. I understand the logic, I do. If people know they have 3 days to live, Society will collapse immediately. Riots, violence, chaos. But is that worse than not knowing? Is it better to die in ignorance? I don't know the answer. The call ends. I'm alone again. It's 1:23 a.m. now, October 10th, 71 hours to impact. I should sleep, should rest. But how do you sleep knowing what I know? Instead, I keep watching, keep tracking, keep calculating. The asteroid moves across my field of view, steady, inevitable, perfect in its mathematics. Mathematics don't lie. Numbers don't care about hope or fear. They just are. And the numbers say we have 3 days left. It's 3:47 a.m. I haven't slept. I've been running calculations over and over. Different models, different assumptions, different impact scenarios. They all end the same way. Let me explain what's going to happen. Not in abstract terms, not in scientific jargon, in simple, clear language that anyone can understand. 2028 TC7 will strike Earth in approximately 69 hours. Based on current trajectory, the most likely impact zone is the Pacific Ocean, roughly 800 miles west of Peru. The asteroid is traveling at 28 kilometers per second. When it hits the atmosphere, friction will heat the surface to over 10,000 degrees Celsius. But it won't slow down much. The atmosphere is too thin to stop something this massive moving this fast. It will punch through the air like it isn't even there. Impact will occur in the ocean at a depth of approximately 4,000 meters. The asteroid will vaporize millions of tons of water instantly. The explosion will create a crater on the ocean floor 100 kilometers wide and 30 kilometers deep. The energy released will be equivalent to 10 billion tons of TNT. Every nuclear weapon ever built, detonated simultaneously, wouldn't equal 1% of this impact. The fireball will be visible from space. A hemisphere of plasma expanding at supersonic speeds. Everything within 1,000 kilometers will be incinerated instantly. Peru, Ecuador, parts of Colombia and Brazil, gone in seconds. But that's just the beginning. The impact will generate a tsunami unlike anything in human history. Waves over 300 meters tall will radiate outward in all directions. They'll cross the Pacific in hours. Hawaii will be submerged. The entire west coast of North and South America will be wiped clean. Japan, Philippines, Indonesia, Australia. All of them will face walls of water taller than skyscrapers. Coastal cities where billions of people live will simply cease to exist. The shockwave will travel through the Earth's crust. Earthquakes measuring 11 on the Richter scale will strike every continent. Every fault line will rupture. Every volcano will activate. The ring of fire will become literal. But even that isn't the worst part. The worst part is what comes after. The impact will eject trillions of tons of material into the atmosphere. Rock, water vapor, vaporized ocean, all of it thrown into the stratosphere at escape velocity. Some of it will reach space. Most will fall back. As it falls back, it will heat up from friction. Millions of meteors, billions of them. The entire sky will glow red. The temperature at ground level will rise to over 400 degrees Celsius. Hot enough to ignite forests. Hot enough to boil water. Hot enough to kill anything not underground. This phase will last for hours. The whole planet will become an oven. And then comes the darkness. The debris that doesn't fall immediately will stay in the atmosphere, blocking the sun, blocking all sunlight. The temperature will plummet. Photosynthesis will stop. Plants will die. Then the herbivores. Then the carnivores. The entire food chain will collapse. This is called an impact winter. It will last for years, maybe decades. 99% of all species will go extinct, including humans. I'm looking at these calculations on my screen, and I'm trying to comprehend the scale of it. Trying to imagine 8 billion people, 8 billion lives, 8 billion stories, all ending in 70 hours. I've spent my career studying impacts. I've read the papers. I've seen the models. I know the statistics. Extinction-level impacts happen on average every 100 million years. We're just unlucky enough to be alive during one of them. The phone rings again. It's 4:15 a.m. NASA. They want an updated impact prediction. I send them my latest calculations. They confirm the Pacific impact zone. They're working on evacuation scenarios for coastal areas. Evacuation scenarios. As if you can evacuate half the planet in 3 days. They ask if there's any possibility of deflection. Any chance we could alter the asteroid's course. I run the numbers. To deflect an asteroid this size traveling this fast would require a nuclear device detonated precisely on the surface, at exactly the right angle, with at least 2 weeks of advance warning. We have 3 days. We have no spacecraft in position. We have no way to deliver a weapon, even if we wanted to. The answer is no, there's no possibility of deflection. The voice on the other end is quiet for a long moment. Then they thank me for my work. Tell me to continue monitoring. The line goes dead. I'm alone again with my calculations. The sun is starting to rise outside. October 10th. A beautiful autumn morning in Arizona. The sky is turning pink and orange. Birds are singing. The world is waking up to another normal day. They don't know. None of them know. The people driving to work. The children going to school. The parents making breakfast. They're living their lives, making plans, worrying about ordinary things. They have 68 hours left, and they don't know. Should they know? Do they have a right to know? I keep coming back to this question. Governments will say no. They'll say the panic would be worse than the impact itself. They'll say people need to be protected from information they can't handle. But I'm not sure I agree. These are the last days of human civilization. Don't people deserve to know? Don't they deserve a chance to say goodbye? To spend their final hours with the people they love? Or is ignorance a mercy? I don't have the answer. I'm just an astronomer. I study rocks in space. I'm not qualified to make decisions about humanity's last days, but I know the mathematics. And the mathematics say that in 68 hours, it won't matter what anyone decided. The asteroid doesn't care about our debates. It doesn't care about our politics, or our ethics, or our fears. It's just coming, and we can't stop it. It's 9:22 a.m. now, October 10th, 63 hours to impact. I've received 14 calls in the past 5 hours. NASA, European Space Agency, the Russian Space Agency Roscosmos, Japan's JAXA, China National Space Administration. Every major space agency on Earth has contacted me, requested my data, run their own confirmations. They all reached the same conclusion. The asteroid is real. The trajectory is accurate. Impact is inevitable. Around 7 a.m., I received an email from the Minor Planet Center in Massachusetts. They've officially designated the object. It's no longer 2028 TC7. It has a proper name now. They're calling it 2028 TE1. The first terrestrial extinction event of 2028. Someone has a dark sense of humor. The email also contained a directive. All information regarding 2028 TE1 is now classified at the highest level. I am not to share observations, data, or calculations with anyone outside authorized channels. Violation of this directive will result in immediate arrest and prosecution under national security laws. They're serious. They're going to keep this secret as long as possible. I've been monitoring news channels on my computer. CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera. Nothing. Not a word about the asteroid. The news is normal. Politics, sports, weather, a celebrity scandal. Someone won an award for something. The world has no idea. But governments know. At 8:15 a.m., I picked up an unusual amount of encrypted satellite traffic on my radio equipment. Military frequencies, diplomatic channels, emergency protocols being activated worldwide. Something is happening behind the scenes. Heads of state are being briefed. Emergency meetings are being convened. Plans are being made. But what plans can you make for the end of the world? At 8:47 a.m., I received a call from someone who identified themselves only as a representative from the Department of Defense. They informed me that my observatory is now under federal jurisdiction. A security team will arrive within 6 hours to secure the facility and ensure compliance with information protocols. They're sending people to watch me, to make sure I don't talk. I asked what the official plan was, what they were going to tell the public. When? There was a pause. Then I was told that decisions regarding public notification are being made at the highest levels of government. Multiple nations are coordinating their response. An announcement will be made at the appropriate time. Appropriate time. What does that even mean? When is it appropriate to tell 8 billion people they're going to die? The call ended before I could ask more questions. I've been thinking about this, about why they want to keep it secret. The official reason is preventing panic. If people know they have 3 days to live, society will collapse. There will be riots, looting, violence, chaos. And they're probably right. How many people would go to work knowing the world ends tomorrow? How many would stay calm? How many would turn violent? But there's another reason too. Control. As long as the information is restricted, governments maintain control. They can manage evacuations in coastal areas without explaining why. They can move military assets without causing alarm. They can protect their own people, their own interests, before the general population knows what's happening. It's logical. It's practical. It's probably the smart decision from a strategic standpoint. But it's also a lie. A lie told to billions of people who will die without ever knowing why. At 9:03 a.m., I received confirmation from 3 separate observatories. One in Chile, one in South Africa, one in Australia. They've all independently detected and tracked 2028 TE1. Their calculations match mine exactly. 63 hours to impact. Pacific Ocean. Extinction level event. There's no doubt anymore. No possibility of error. This is real and it's happening and there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. I walked outside for the first time since last night. The morning air is cool and clean. The desert stretches out in every direction. Red rocks, blue sky, absolutely beautiful. In 63 hours, this desert will be scorched by heat that will melt rock. The sky will turn black. The temperature will drop below freezing and stay there for years. Everything I'm looking at will be dead. I went back inside, made coffee. My hands were shaking so badly I spilled it twice. This is real. This is actually happening. In less than 3 days, human civilization ends. Everything we've built, everything we've learned, everything we've created, article, music, literature, science, all of it gone. 8 billion lives, 8 billion unique perspectives, 8 billion chances to love, to create, to matter, all ending together. My phone shows dozens of missed calls from other astronomers, colleagues who've heard rumors, friends who want confirmation. They know something is happening. The international astronomy community is small. Word spreads fast. But I can't call them back. I can't confirm anything. I'm under orders, federal jurisdiction, national security. So I sit here in my observatory, surrounded by a lifetime of work, and I say nothing. At 9:47 a.m., I checked the encrypted channels again. More activity. A different pattern now. Less coordination. More urgency. Something has changed. Then I understood. They're not planning to announce it. They're going to keep it secret until it's too late to matter. They'll evacuate who they can under false pretenses. They'll protect essential personnel, and everyone else will just die not knowing. 62 hours left, and the world still doesn't know. They arrived at 2:34 p.m. 2 black SUVs, 6 men in dark suits, federal agents. They showed me identification. Homeland Security. They were polite but firm. My observatory is now a secured federal facility. All communications are monitored. All data transmission must be approved. I am not to leave the premises. I am not to contact anyone outside authorized channels. For my own safety, they said. For national security. One of them set up equipment in my control room. Monitoring software on my computer. Signal jammers around the perimeter. They've cut my internet connection. My phone only works for incoming calls from approved numbers. I'm effectively under house arrest. They positioned themselves throughout the building. One at the entrance, one in the control room with me. The others rotating shifts. Watching. Always watching. I asked them if they knew what was coming, if they'd been briefed. The agent in the control room with me, a man in his 30s with tired eyes, just looked at me for a long moment. Then he nodded once. He knows. They all know. They were told enough to understand why they're here, why this matters. I wonder if they have families, if they've made arrangements, if they've said goodbye. I didn't ask. Some questions are too cruel. It's 6:18 p.m. now, 57 hours to impact. I've been monitoring the asteroid's approach. It's visible now to larger amateur telescopes. In another 12 hours, it will be visible to the naked eye. A new star in the sky, growing brighter each hour. People will notice. They'll post about it online. They'll ask questions, and governments will have to decide how to respond. I've been watching television. The news is still normal, still talking about normal things. But there's something underneath. Attention. The anchors seem distracted. Stories are being cut short. Programming is being interrupted for updates that don't come. They know something is wrong. They just don't know what. At 4:52 p.m. there was a breaking news alert. The president will address the nation at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. No details given. Just that it's a matter of national importance. The other agents in the room all checked their phones simultaneously, received messages. Their expressions didn't change, but their posture did. They became more alert, more tense. Something is about to happen. I've been thinking about my life. 32 years studying the sky, looking for threats, and I found one. The biggest threat humanity has ever faced. And now I'm sitting here, silenced, while the world continues in ignorance. I never married, never had children. My work was my life. The stars were my companions. I thought I had time, thought I'd eventually slow down, find someone, build something beyond my research. Now there is no time. There never was. The things I planned to do, places I wanted to visit, books I wanted to read, conversations I wanted to have. All of it meaningless now. We assume we have tomorrow. We always assume we have tomorrow. We don't. At 7:15 p.m. I went outside. The agent followed me at a distance, watching, making sure I didn't run, didn't try to communicate with anyone. The sun was setting. The sky was turning orange and purple. Beautiful. Peaceful. And there, just becoming visible in the eastern sky, was a point of light that shouldn't be there. Brighter than any star. Not twinkling like stars do. Just steady. Constant 2028 TE1. The asteroid. Visible now to anyone who knows where to look. In 56 hours, that point of light will fill the sky. Will become a second sun. Will become the last thing millions of people see before the end. I stood there for 20 minutes, watching it. The agent stood nearby, also watching. Neither of us spoke. What was there to say? When I came back inside, the television was showing the presidential seal, waiting for the address. News anchors speculating about what would be announced. Economic policy, military action, political scandal. None of them guessed the truth. How could they? The truth was unthinkable. At exactly 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. my time, the president appeared on screen. I watched the address, listened to every word, the careful phrasing, the measured tone, the reassurances. A celestial object has been detected. Scientists are monitoring it. There is no immediate threat. Coastal evacuations are precautionary measures only. The government has everything under control. Lies. All of it lies. They didn't say asteroid, didn't say extinction, didn't say 3 days. They gave people just enough information to explain the evacuations without causing panic. Coastal areas were being evacuated due to a potential natural disaster. Tidal concerns, seismic activity, nothing to worry about, but better safe than sorry. The president's face was calm, professional, but I could see it in the eyes. The knowledge, the weight. This was a person who knew the truth, who knew that in 55 hours, their presidency would end. The nation would end. Everything would end. And they stood there and lied to 8 billion people. After the address, the news channels erupted. Analysis, expert opinions, speculation. Some were skeptical, some were alarmed, but none of them knew the truth. I sat there watching, and I felt something I hadn't felt before. Anger. These people, all of them, deserved to know, deserved to make their own choices about their last hours, deserved to say goodbye to the people they loved. And their governments had decided they couldn't handle the truth, had decided to lie, had decided to let them die in ignorance. The agent in the room with me was also watching. His jaw was tight, his hands were clenched. He didn't like it either. This lying, this silence. But he had his orders. We all had our orders. At 9:47 p.m., my computer pinged an email from an address I didn't recognize. It got through somehow despite the monitoring. The message was short, just 2 sentences. We know what you know. Tell them the truth. I stared at the screen. Someone else knew. Someone outside the official channels. Someone who wanted the truth to come out. I looked at the agent. He was watching his phone. Hadn't noticed the email yet. I had maybe 30 seconds before the monitoring software flagged it. 30 seconds to decide. Do I delete it and stay silent? Do I follow orders and let the lie continue? Or do I do something? The agent looked up, saw me staring at my screen, started to move toward me. I made my decision. It's 10:03 p.m., October 10th, 54 hours to impact, and I'm done being silent. The agent reached my desk, looked at the screen, saw the email. His hand went to his radio. I closed the laptop before he could read the full message, looked at him directly. He didn't call it in, just stood there, studying my face, trying to decide if I was a threat. We stayed like that for a long moment, silent. Understanding passing between us without words. Then he stepped back, returned to his position by the door, didn't report what he'd seen. He made a choice, too. It's 11:34 p.m. now. I've been lying in bed, not sleeping, thinking. The agents are still here, rotating shifts, one always awake, always watching. But I have something they don't know about. Something I built 15 years ago when I first came to this observatory. In the basement, there's a ham radio setup, high-powered, connected to an antenna array I constructed myself. It's not connected to the main systems. It has its own power supply, its own frequency bands. I built it as a hobby, a backup communication system in case of emergencies. I used to talk to other radio enthusiasts around the world. Late-night conversations about nothing important. Now it might be the only way to tell the truth. The agents don't know about it. It's not in any official documentation. The signal jammers they installed cover standard frequencies, but not the specific bands I use. Not if I'm careful. I could broadcast, reach thousands of people, maybe more if others relay the message. Tell them what's coming. Give them the truth their governments won't. But the moment I start transmitting, the agents will know. They'll stop me, arrest me, maybe worse. And even if I succeed, what happens then? Panic, chaos, people abandoning their responsibilities, society collapsing faster than it would naturally. Am I willing to cause that? Am I willing to accelerate the end just to satisfy my conscience? I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's October 11th now. 12:07 a.m. 52 hours to impact. I got out of bed, walked downstairs. The agent on duty watched me but didn't stop me. I made coffee, stood at the window looking at the eastern sky. The asteroid is brighter now, unmistakable. Anyone looking up will see it. Social media must be filling with questions, with speculation. How long can governments maintain the lie? How long before someone else with a telescope does the math? Realizes what's coming? Maybe I don't need to broadcast. Maybe the truth will come out on its own. But what if it doesn't? What if people die never knowing, never getting a chance to prepare, to say goodbye? I made my decision at 12:43 a.m. I'm going to broadcast. I'm going to tell the truth. Not because I'm brave, not because I'm certain it's right, but because people deserve to know. Even if the knowing brings pain, even if it brings chaos. We're all going to die in 51 hours. The least we deserve is the truth about why. I waited until 2 a.m. The agent on duty was tired. His attention was wavering. The others were sleeping in the back rooms. I went to the basement, quietly. The old wooden stairs creaked. I froze, waited. No response from above. The ham radio was exactly where I left it, covered in dust but functional. I powered it on. The equipment hummed to life, checked the frequencies. Clear. I could broadcast now, right now. But what would I say? How do you tell the world it's ending? What words do you use? I sat there for 20 minutes, composing in my head. Then I heard footsteps above me. The agent had noticed I was gone, was checking the building. I powered down the radio, quickly, returned upstairs just as he reached the hallway. He looked at me, suspicious now, asked where I'd been. I said I couldn't sleep, was checking the equipment in the storage areas, making sure everything was documented before the end. He didn't believe me. I could see it in his eyes, but he didn't push, just nodded. Told me to stay in the main observatory building. The moment passed, but I'd been caught, or almost caught. They'd be watching more carefully now. I have to be smarter. Have to wait for the right moment. It's 4:17 a.m., 48 hours to impact. I've been monitoring online activity. The questions are spreading. Amateur astronomers are posting coordinates, sharing observations, doing their own calculations. Some are getting close to the truth. They're seeing the size, the speed, the trajectory. But they're being shut down. Posts removed. Accounts suspended. Someone is actively suppressing the information, keeping the official lie intact. How many resources are they devoting to this? How many people are working right now to maintain the silence? At 6:34 a.m. I received another email. Different address, same message. Tonight, midnight, tell them. Someone is helping me. Someone with access. Someone who wants the truth out as badly as I do. But tonight means I have to survive until then. Have to avoid suspicion. Have to wait 18 more hours while the clock counts down. 46 hours to impact. The sun is rising. October 11th. The second to last day of human civilization. I wonder what people are doing right now. The ones who don't know. Are they going to work? Making breakfast? Arguing about trivial things? Planning for futures that don't exist? Or do some of them know, deep down? Do they feel it? The wrongness? The weight of something terrible approaching? I think they do. I think everyone feels it. even if they can't name it. That's why the agent's hands shake when he thinks I'm not watching. That's why the television anchors sound strained. That's why the streets outside are quieter than usual. Humanity knows something is wrong. We just don't know what. Not yet. But tonight, at midnight, if I'm still alive, if I'm still free, I'm going to tell them. And then the choice will be theirs. It's 11:47 p.m., October 11th. 37 hours to impact. The agents are tired. 2 shifts in one day. They're drinking coffee, checking their phones. One of them is in the control room. The others are scattered throughout the building. I've been waiting, watching, timing their patterns. There's a 3-minute window every hour when the basement hallway is unwatched, when attention is focused elsewhere. That window opens in 8 minutes. I'm recording this now because I might not get another chance. If they catch me, if they stop me, someone needs to know I tried. My ham radio equipment is ready. I spent the afternoon mentally composing what I'll say, how I'll say it. 3 minutes to tell the world it's ending. 3 minutes to give them the truth. It's not enough time, but it's all I have. 11:51 p.m. 4 minutes. I'm thinking about the people who will hear this. Amateur radio operators, shortwave listeners, maybe some truck drivers scanning frequencies, a few thousand people at most. But they'll record it, share it, spread it. The truth will get out. Even if they stop me, even if they shut down the broadcast, the words will survive. 11:54 p.m. 1 minute. The agent in the control room just got a call. He's distracted, turned away from the monitors. The others are in the back building. This is it. This is my window. I'm moving now. Down the hallway. Quiet. The old stairs. Step by step. The basement. The radio. Power on. Equipment warming up. The hum fills the small room. I'm putting on the headset, adjusting the microphone, selecting the frequency. One that amateur operators monitor. One that reaches far. The broadcast begins now. This is Dr. James Carter, astronomer, Painted Desert Observatory, Arizona. I am broadcasting on emergency authority under international protocols for planetary threats. On October 9th at 11:34 p.m. Mountain Time, I discovered an asteroid designated 2028 TE1, diameter approximately 8.2 kilometers, current velocity 28 kilometers per second relative to Earth. Impact will occur in approximately 37 hours. October 13th, Pacific Ocean, west of South America. This is an extinction-level event, comparable to the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. Governments know. Space agencies have confirmed it. But they've chosen not to inform the public. They've chosen to maintain silence, to let you die without knowing. I am breaking that silence now. If you are hearing this, you have 37 hours. 37 hours to be with the people you love, to say the things you've left unsaid, to make peace with whatever you believe comes next. Coastal areas will be hit first. Tsunamis over 300 meters tall. If you live near any ocean, you have hours at most. Move inland. Move to high ground. Get as far from the coast as you can. Inland areas will face the shockwave, the heat, the fire. Find shelter underground. Deep underground if possible. Bring water. Bring food. Bring whatever supplies you can. But understand this. Even if you survive the initial impact, the years that follow will be difficult. The atmosphere will be filled with debris. The sun will be blocked. Temperatures will drop. Agriculture will fail. Most of humanity will not survive this. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is not a drill. This is not a hoax. My credentials can be verified. The asteroid can be seen with amateur telescopes. The calculations can be confirmed by anyone with the knowledge. The governments lied to you. They told you there was no threat. They told you evacuations were precautionary. They lied because they were afraid of panic, afraid of chaos. But you deserved the truth. You deserved the chance to choose how you spend your final hours. I'm giving you that choice now. To anyone hearing this, please record it, share it, spread it as far and as fast as you can. The authorities will try to suppress this information. They'll call it false. They'll call me unstable. They'll do everything they can to maintain the lie. Don't let them. The truth matters. Even now, especially now. 37 hours, that's what we have left. Use them wisely. Tell the people you love that you love them. Make your peace. Find whatever meaning you can. This is Dr. James Carter, signing off. I'm removing the headset. The broadcast lasted 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Long enough. The message is out there now, traveling through the atmosphere, being received by thousands of radios, being recorded. Footsteps above me, running. They heard. They know. The door at the top of the stairs bursts open. The agent, his weapon drawn, shouting at me to step away from the equipment. I raise my hands. Step back. It's over. I did what I came to do. He's calling for backup. Other agents flooding into the basement. Someone is shutting down the radio, disconnecting the antenna, making sure I can't broadcast again. They're pulling me up the stairs, rough, angry. One of them is on the phone, reporting to someone. Damage control already beginning. They're sitting me in a chair in the control room, all of them standing around me, weapons still drawn, like I'm dangerous, like I'm a threat. One of them is checking online, seeing if the broadcast spread. His face goes pale. He shows his phone to the others. It's already out there. Twitter, Reddit, YouTube. People recorded it, shared it. Within minutes, thousands have heard it, maybe tens of thousands. The truth is loose, and it can't be stopped now. One of the agents is angry, shouting about protocols, about security, about how many lives I've just endangered with my panic-inducing message. But another one, the younger one who didn't report the email, he's quiet. He's looking at me with something like understanding, maybe even respect. He knows I did the right thing, even if it breaks every rule, even if it causes chaos. People deserved to know. It's 12:03 a.m. now, October 12th, the last full day of human civilization, and the world finally knows what's coming. They've locked me in my own office, 2 agents outside the door. The others are working frantically to contain the situation. I can hear them through the walls, phone calls, urgent conversations, damage control protocols being activated. They're calling it a hoax, a fake broadcast from an unstable individual. They're preparing official statements to discredit me. But it's not working. Through the window, I can see the eastern sky. The asteroid is bright now, brighter than Venus. brighter than anything except the moon. Anyone looking up can see it. And now they know what it is. It's 1:34 a.m., 35 hours to impact. One of the agents brought me a laptop, told me to watch what I've done, wanted me to see the consequences of my actions. The internet is breaking. That's the only way to describe it. Every social media platform is overwhelmed. Millions of posts per minute, all asking the same questions. Is it real? Is the asteroid real? Are we really going to die? News organizations are scrambling. Some are calling my broadcast a hoax. Others are demanding answers from governments. Astronomers around the world are being contacted, asked to verify or deny, and they're verifying it. They have to. The math is public now. The asteroid is visible. Anyone with a telescope and basic knowledge can calculate the trajectory. It's real, and there's no hiding it anymore. At 1:47 a.m., the president made an emergency address. Unscheduled, hastily prepared. I watched it on the laptop. The message was clear. My broadcast was unauthorized, based on preliminary data that hasn't been fully analyzed. There are contingency plans, defensive measures being implemented. The situation is under control. More lies, smoother lies, better delivered lies, but lies nonetheless. The comments section below the video showed nobody believed it. People were angry, demanding the truth, demanding to know if they were going to die. At 2:15 a.m., internet connectivity started failing. Not everywhere, not all at once, but strategically. Major social media platforms going down, news websites becoming inaccessible, a coordinated shutdown. They're trying to control the information flow, trying to limit the panic. But it's too late. The truth has already spread too far. People have downloaded videos, made copies, shared through encrypted channels. You can't put this back in the box. Through the window, I can see lights in the distance, more than usual for this hour. Phoenix is awake. The whole city is awake. People aren't sleeping. They're watching the sky, watching that bright point of light that grows brighter every hour. At 3:02 a.m., I heard sirens, lots of them, emergency vehicles, all heading toward the city. The highways are probably gridlocked by now. Everyone trying to evacuate, trying to get somewhere safe even though there is nowhere safe. The younger agent came into my office, the one who didn't report the email. He closed the door behind him, stood there looking at me. He asked if I regretted it, if I regretted telling them. I thought about it, about the chaos, the panic, the fear I've caused, the society that's collapsing faster because people know they're running out of time. I told him no. I don't regret it. People deserved the truth, deserved the chance to make their own choices, even if those choices lead to chaos. He nodded, said his family is in California, said he tried calling them but the networks are down, said he hopes they heard my broadcast, hopes they're heading inland, away from the coast. Then he left, locked the door behind him, back to his post, following orders until the end. It's 4:47 a.m. now, 32 hours to impact. The laptop is still showing news feeds, the ones that are still accessible. The situation is deteriorating rapidly. Reports of looting in major cities, hospitals overwhelmed with panic attacks and injuries, police and emergency services abandoning their posts to be with their families. Some people are trying to maintain order, organize evacuations, help the vulnerable, but most are just trying to survive the next 32 hours however they can. Religious gatherings are forming. Churches, mosques, temples, synagogues, all filled beyond capacity. People seeking comfort, seeking meaning, seeking forgiveness. Others are rioting, taking what they want, settling scores, burning and destroying as if making the world worse will somehow make the end more bearable. And some are just going home, locking their doors, holding their loved ones, waiting quietly for the end. At 6:12 a.m. the sun rose. October 12th, the last sunrise most people will ever see. The news feeds are showing footage from around the world. The panic is global, every nation, every city. The same scenes playing out everywhere. Governments are trying to maintain martial law, but it's failing. You can't enforce laws when everyone knows the laws won't matter in 30 hours. You can't threaten consequences when the ultimate consequence is already coming. At 7:34 a.m. something changed. The internet came back online, partially, and the official narrative shifted. Governments around the world released a joint statement. They confirmed the asteroid, confirmed the impact, apologized for the delay in notification, blamed coordination difficulties and the need to avoid premature panic. They're admitting it now. Not because they want to, because they have no choice. The truth is out. The lie is unsustainable. The statement included instructions, evacuation zones, shelter locations, survival protocols, things they should have told people days ago. Too late. It's all too late. The roads are blocked. The shelters are full. The supplies are exhausted. The window for organized evacuation closed before it even opened. At 9:15 a.m., the door to my office opened. Not an agent this time. Someone else. A woman in a suit. Federal Emergency Management. She had papers, legal documents. She informed me that I'm being charged with multiple violations of national security laws, unauthorized disclosure of classified information, inciting public panic, endangering national security. I'll be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, she said. I almost laughed. Prosecuted. In 30 hours there won't be courts, won't be laws, won't be a government to prosecute anyone. She knew it too. I could see it in her eyes. This was theater, going through the motions, maintaining the pretense of normalcy even as everything collapsed. She left the documents on my desk, left without another word. I'm looking at them now. Official charges, court dates scheduled for next month. Next month, as if next month exists. It's 11:03 a.m., 26 hours to impact. Outside my window, the world is ending ahead of schedule. Not from the asteroid, from ourselves, from knowing, from the truth I gave them. Did I do the right thing? I still don't know. But at least they know. At least they had the choice. That has to count for something, even if it counts for nothing at all. It's 6:47 p.m., October 12th, 12 hours to impact. The agents left 2 hours ago, just walked out, left me here, left their posts. I don't blame them. If I had family, I'd want to be with them too. I'm alone in the observatory now. The building is empty, silent except for the hum of equipment and the distant sounds from outside. Sirens have stopped. The chaos has burned itself out. What's left is an eerie quiet. The asteroid dominates the eastern sky now, brighter than the full moon. You can see it in daylight. A star that shouldn't be there, growing larger, growing brighter, approaching. People around the world are watching it, waiting, some with fear, some with acceptance, some with hope that maybe, somehow, the calculations are wrong. They're not wrong. I've checked them a dozen times today. The trajectory hasn't changed. The impact is certain. 12 hours. I've been thinking about what I'll do with the time I have left. I could try to leave, drive somewhere, but the roads are impassable. And where would I go? There's nowhere far enough, nowhere safe enough. So I'm staying here, in the place I've spent the last 15 years, among my equipment, my life's work, the telescopes that found the thing that will kill us. There's a certain symmetry to that. At 8:34 p.m. I received an email. My internet connection is working again. Maybe the agents never fully shut it down. Maybe nobody cares about security protocols anymore. The email was from a colleague in Chile, another astronomer. She thanked me for the broadcast, said her family heard it, said they made it inland, made it to the mountains. They're together now, waiting. She said I gave them that, the chance to be together, the time to say goodbye. She said it mattered. I've received 17 more emails like that, from people around the world, astronomers, scientists, strangers who heard the broadcast, some angry, most grateful, all facing the same end. We're all in this together now, every human being on Earth, united by a common fate, by a rock from space that doesn't care about our borders or our differences or our conflicts. In the end, we're just passengers on a small planet. Vulnerable, temporary, mortal. It's 10:15 p.m. now, 9 hours to impact. The sky is remarkable tonight. Clear. The stars are out. The Milky Way visible even with the asteroid's brightness. Beautiful. Peaceful. I'm thinking about all the nights I've spent looking at these stars, mapping them, studying them, finding meaning in their patterns, trying to understand the universe. And here I am, at the end, still looking up, still searching for answers. The asteroid is so bright now it casts shadows. I can see my shadow on the ground, cast by light from the object that will kill me. Strange, surreal. I'm recording this final message now, for whoever might find it, if anyone finds it. My name is Dr. James Carter. I'm an astronomer. On October 9th, 2028, I discovered asteroid 2028 TE1. On October 11th, I broadcast the truth about what was coming. I don't know if I did the right thing. I gave people the truth. But the truth brought chaos, brought suffering, made the final days harder for some. But I still believe people deserved to know, deserved the dignity of truth, even painful truth, even truth that brings fear. We spent our existence lying to ourselves, pretending we have more time than we do, pretending death is distant, abstract, something that happens to other people. The asteroid took away that lie, made us face reality, made us confront our mortality. All of us, together. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe that's the most honest we've ever been as a species. It's 11:47 p.m., 7 hours to impact. Reports from around the world are still coming through online. People posting their final messages, saying goodbye, sharing memories, expressing love. Some are beautiful, some are heartbreaking. All of them are human, raw, real. This is what we are when we stop pretending, when we face the end honestly. We're scared, we're brave, we're loving, we're desperate, we're everything at once. I'm looking at a photo someone posted. A family, parents and 3 children, sitting together on their porch, holding hands, watching the asteroid, smiling. They know what's coming, and they're smiling, because they're together, because love matters more than fear, because even at the end, maybe especially at the end, connection is everything. That's what I want people to remember. If anyone survives this, if anyone finds this recording in whatever world comes after, we faced the end together, and in those final hours, we were more honest, more vulnerable, more human than we'd ever been. It's 2:34 a.m., October 13th. 4 hours to impact. I'm going outside, taking my chair. I want to watch it approach, want to see it happen. Seems fitting. The astronomer watching his discovery arrive. The asteroid fills the sky now, larger than the moon. You can see details on its surface. Craters, mountains. This ancient rock that's been traveling through space for billions of years, finally reaching its destination. It's beautiful in a terrible way, magnificent, inevitable. Around me, the desert is silent. No animals. They've fled or hidden. Some instinct telling them danger is coming. Only humans are stupid enough to stay and watch. Or maybe we're wise enough to face it, to witness it, to not die hiding in fear. I don't know which. It's 5:12 a.m., 1 hour to impact. The asteroid is enormous now, taking up a significant portion of the sky, moving perceptibly. You can see it approaching, see it getting larger minute by minute. The sun is starting to rise, the last sunrise, light spreading across the horizon, illuminating the desert, making everything golden and beautiful. I'm thinking about my life, about the choices I made, the roads not taken, the people I didn't meet, the things I didn't say. Regrets. Everyone has them, but also gratitude for the time I had, for the work I did, for the moments of beauty and discovery and wonder. 32 years studying the universe, and in the end, the universe reached back, touched me, touched all of us. We're part of it. We've always been part of it. Stardust, as they say, born from ancient supernovas, returning to dust. The cycle continues, even after we're gone. It's 6:03 a.m., 3 minutes to impact. The asteroid fills half the sky now. Massive, unstoppable. The air feels different, charged, like the atmosphere knows what's coming. I can see the curve of it, the details, this mountain in space, this remnant of the solar system's formation. Coming home. I'm not afraid anymore. I was, earlier. But now, watching it approach, I feel something else. Awe, wonder, a strange peace. This is how it ends. Not with war, not with disease, not with any human failing, but with the universe reminding us how small we are, how fragile, how temporary. It's 6:05 a.m., 1 minute. I can hear it now. A sound like thunder, like a freight train. The atmosphere screaming as the asteroid tears through it. The sky is glowing, red, orange, brighter than the sun. Heat. I can feel the heat from here. Hundreds of miles from the impact point, and I can feel it. This is it. This is the end of everything. To whoever finds this, to whoever survives. Remember that we were here. Remember that we tried. Remember that in our final hours, we loved each other, held each other, faced the darkness together. Remember that we were human, flawed, beautiful, brief. Remember.
The signal ends at 6:06 a.m. Mountain Time, October 13th, 2028. Asteroid 2028 TE1 struck the Pacific Ocean, approximately 800 miles west of Peru. The impact released energy equivalent to 10 billion tons of TNT. The extinction event Dr. James Carter predicted occurred exactly as his calculations suggested. This recording was recovered from the Painted Desert Observatory by a salvage team on March 17, 2031. Dr. Carter did not survive, but his message did. This was frequency 404. The signal fades, but the truth remains.